Hello everyone, my name is Miss Megan, and I'm coming to you today from the Leach Library. I really wanted to share with you a couple of new books that I just read. The first one is called The Truth App by Jack Heath. This book is a non-stop thriller that's action-packed beginning to end. It really leaves you wanting to read more, and I could barely put it down. So the main character's name is Charlie. And Charlie creates an app that he releases to the internet to help him work out any bugs. And it's called the Truth App. Basically, it can turn any phone or device into an instant lie detector, which sounds pretty cool, right? I thought that was kind of interesting, that you could have using keywords and phrases and facial expressions even. The app takes all of that information and can let you know if someone's telling a truth or a lie. So overnight, Charlie's sleepy little town goes from in the middle of nowhere to a sensation in the news with reporters swarming his every step. He starts getting bombarded with questions from his teachers, from fellow students at school, from his family, and the reporters are just all over the place with him, and even the police get involved at one point. So it doesn't seem like this app is really a good thing for Charlie after all. And he realizes at one point that he could have actually sold it instead of sharing it for free, and he could have made millions of dollars. But that's okay. He realizes as the book goes, does everybody really want to know when you're telling the truth? And he gets in trouble with some people who really don't want other people knowing what they're doing. So there's some fun little secrets about the town that Charlie lives in. It seems like it's a very quiet town where nothing strange happens. And as the Truth App starts to expose, there's lies in the people at the school and the company where his father works. And there's even this really fun twist with this criminal underground network that is based right in the town where Charlie lives. So it's definitely a thriller. So if you like thrillers and that really fun sense of mystery and action, Charlie basically spends most of the book running and hiding and trying to figure things out. And I thought that was really fun to read. And I was trying to keep up with all the different changes, but it really sounded interesting when you could turn any phone or device into an instant lie detector. So that's what made me pick up this book, but I couldn't put it down just because there was non-stop action. So I would recommend this book, The Truth App by Jack Heath, to anyone who loves action, adventure, a little bit of mystery. So I couldn't put it down, and I don't think you could either. So again, if you're looking for a good thriller that's fun to read, I recommend The Truth App. If you're still into mysteries, but a little less on the edge of your seat, I'd then recommend the book 96 Miles. This is by J.L. Esplin. This book focuses on the main character, John, and his brother, Stuart Lockwood. So these two brothers are raised by a man who is a survivalist. They know how to live in the middle of the woods off of this long, well, it's not really the woods, it's just in the middle of nowhere on this lonely highway. And the 96 miles actually is the distance between their house and the nearest neighbor. So John and Stuart have been raised knowing how to survive if anything would happen. They're good and prepped for 6 months. They have supplies, they have food and water, they have a plan. And when their father goes out of town for work, they're okay being on their own. But suddenly there's a blackout and everyone in their town in their neighboring towns, and even the whole state and the states around them the power has been cut off and they don't know what's happening. So they meet together with their fellow neighbors and to make sure everybody knows what's going on and they kind of connect. But the trick happens when John and Stuart actually are stolen from. So all of their extra supplies that they have, somebody takes it. So they're left on their own with nothing. So instead of being good for 6 months, they actually have to go find help with their neighbors, who they're sure will help them. But they have to walk the whole way. So as they start walking, they're really okay with this very long, lonely journey because their father has taught them all they need to know. So it's a really good survival story, and it's a great look at a relationship between two brothers, how they're different, but they both care about each other so very much. Along the way, they pick up 2 more people, a brother and sister, so their party of 4 keeps on traveling. And John really is the leader of this group, and he has the most strength as the oldest of the brothers, and he leads them and pushes them mile after mile to continue their walk. At one point, he actually leaves them in a shelter to continue the journey. So I recommend this book for anyone who likes a little bit of mystery, but survival and family, and really focusing on counting on each other and leaning on each other for support. And so this is definitely a book I would recommend to anybody who really likes a good adventure and survival story. And it's still a really good book, even with thinking about in this as it's getting warmer out, and you can really picture the 2 brothers as they're walking alone on a hot, lonely highway. And I thought that was really good imagery. So the descriptions in this book are great. So anyone who's looking for a good survival story, definitely try 96 Miles. So there you have 2 very good mystery books. One's more of a thriller and one's more of a survival story, but they're both very good reads. Thank you, and have a good day.